So this is a personal reading, and it has to do with transitioning and change and completion of a project, like the end of a season transition, or like after finals, or after you have something really big that's ended. All right, so let's get started. Center card represents that situation, which I love. It's Coco Pele. And Coco Pele is the young god of music and fertility. You can see his flute. It's also here. He plays his flute, and when he plays it, he awakens the root chakra, and he starts creation of new life in all things living, animals, plants, people. Everyone can understand his music when he plays it, and they hear it in creation and life come into being. So for the root chakra, he's wearing his red. You can see he's all dressed up in costume. He's got his boots, his feathers, his armband, his headband, his shawl. And there's two lizards there, which I think is cool. It's representing creation. They're probably chasing each other. They can hear his music. And they're awakened through the vibration and sound with intention. So, the guidance here is saying that there are what ifs, but you have the tools. You have the intention to use the tools, and you know what to do. So the next card that we're looking at are the things that, the resources like you already have. And this is the coolest card. I love it. It's the feather, and it represents communication, because it's like the voice of the gods. The Indians and certain tribes would hang the feathers in the trees so that when the wind was blowing, or if they could hear it moving, they could know that someone was coming, or what the weather was going to be. It's also used as a ritual tool in prayer, and it represented the act of listening and also speech. But if you look on this card, isn't that cool? It's like a headdress. It's like she's got the last feather of the headdress to put in there and wear it on her head with honor. It's like it represents to me the end of completion. And look at the ring on her hand. She's all dressed up. She's ready for ceremony to place it on her head and celebrate with pride all the work she's put in. It's the end of something. She's got her power. I think that's cool. So basically the lesson or the message is every stone, animal, or situation you encounter, or every relationship you have, has a message for you. Listen. So card number 3 represents the items that you have that you need to release or let go of, or to accept. And you have the crow card here, which represents power. It also represents a teacher in a sort of way. It's a teacher in a trickster sort of way. It's almost like, ooh, and isn't that cool? Look, the same feather is here as it is on this other card here. And then you also see the leaves as change of seasons, change of time. It's come to the end of a season, and we're getting ready. And so that's called a shipapu stick. It's made out of wood, has all different meanings in different tribes. It's usually painted, and it has different decorations on it. And it's a lot of the times it's actually used for fertility, just like the flute here in Coco Pele's flute. This is really cool because I see the feather and the stick represented in every card. It's really cool. So the message is, all life is a lesson. Learn the lessons, be smart, and practice the right use of your power, and be a trickster, or get tricked sometimes. Don't take yourself so seriously. Be mischievous. Have respect and power, but also, give in and have some fun. The crow in shaman religion or beliefs, whatever you want to say, is rich and powerful. He's also known as being someone that can travel between the two worlds, the invisible world and the world that exists, so 3D and 5D, I guess. And so I guess he knows where all those tools exist. Utilize him to get your feathers. I love that message. Be the crow, gather your tools, but, you know, realize that you have power and use it in a way that's organized and respectful for everyone. So the fourth card here is resources. And these are the things that, you know, that are external that can help you. And I love this card too. At first I thought it was a reflection or a mirror image, but when you look at it closely, excuse me, and it's called the Twin Gods. If you look at it really closely, they're not really exactly alike. Like that purse has 3 turquoise stripes. This has 4, 2 different sticks, 2 different feather earrings, 2 different pieces in their hair, you know, 2 different boots. But from here, it looks exactly the same. So basically, I think they got to work together in order to fulfill everything they need to do to complete the earth cycle. You know, cycle of life comes to an end. It's a season. You know, and I think it also represents struggle. I know they represent good versus evil in all the Indian cultures, but they also need each other because opposites attract and they validate each other. You can't have good without bad. You know, you need to have so much fear before you're fearless. And the stories and legends are, you know, they were brothers and they fought with each other and it was a constant thing, good over evil, and then they created humans, and that's why all humans have good and bad in them. And that's where that wolf story comes from, where the grandfather's telling his son, you know, there's 2 wolves in you, one's really mean, one's really good, and the boy's like, who wins? And the grandfather's like, well, the one you feed, son, but they're always there. So, you know, it's the same kind of story. You got to have black and white, yin and yang. And the hidden message, or the message that the Native American guidebook gave, said to wait, watch, realize your power, because decisions reveal themselves at the last moment. You're a reflection unto yourself. You look in the mirror and you see what you see, but it is an illusion. They are not exactly the same. There's a little bit of different. Each has something a bit different, but each is needed. Yeah, that's beautiful. And look, there's a feather again. So then we go on to our 5th card, and this card always represents your outcome, the fulfillment card. And ironically enough, that's what this is, the fulfillment card. This is Tirawa. I just thought that was so cool because when I lay out my cards, the spread, this is the fulfillment card, and then I pulled it out of the Native American deck and it's the fulfillment card. And it reminded me of the story of the buffalo, another story where there was a tribe and they were starving and they couldn't do anything and no one could go find food and they were just about to die, and a buffalo came running onto the tribe compound and laid down and sacrificed himself for the good of the tribe, because he knew without them that his tribe wouldn't live either. And so then the bones here represent him in his stages of life where he dies off, but then they still represent and you know, respect him within the tribe. And so he's called Tirawa, and he's the guardian of the cosmic buffalo. I just think that's really cool, and that's the legend. And look, he's carrying that stick. He's got a red shawl. The horse is also very important. He's got his eyes covered, but his third eye is wide open. He just uses his third eye to see. He has no eyes showing. Pretty cool. So, Tirawa is the god of the heavens. He's the creator of the world and known as the guardian of the cosmic buffalo. If things are not how you like, it will change, because everything is born and grows and dies, and thus it gets fulfilled. A reminder that it is a time for everything, and periods of lack follow periods of abundance. Remember, ebb and flow in the cycle of life. All things that grow must harvest and then die. Yeah, like the seasons, when a season comes to an end. It's beautiful. I love that. So that's your pull, and I always pull a couple extra cards for guidance. I love my Namaste deck. It's a blessings and divination deck. It's not necessarily oracle or whatnot, but it's a blessings deck. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's full of pinks and tree roots, and you can see the leaves are changing. It's like a change of seasons. And there's a big heart in the tree. I mean, that's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to read what it says. Blessings of good fortune. Rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. You are inspired, feeling totally at peace. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven in threads of love. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And it reminds me of how you worked in the costume shop and you built this family in there, and you built a family on stage. And so you had your roots grounded, and you also reached for the sky in your branches. And look how cool is that one leaf that's changed first is yellow. Huh. It makes me want to cry. That's so beautiful. Big heart. And you know, our tree and us we share the DNA. It's just that's beautiful. And then also I pull a crystal card, and I pulled clear quartz in meditation, and so that deals with your crown chakra, which is perfect because you've been doing so much thinking and studying and rehearsing and pushing that stuff into your head that you need to relax. And you know, meditation doesn't actually have to be sitting there going om. It can totally be collecting rocks, sitting with your feet in the river, singing, writing, knock, 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 taking a shower, doing, you know, whatever else it is you like to do. I'm going to read from the crystal book, though, because I love her insight. Clear quartz. Today is a wonderful day for you to reconnect with you, who you are, and what you'd like to become. Your spirit guides and angels are trying to help you to connect with them. Get it? Knock, knock, knock. Ask them for help on any matter and listen for their response. Knock, knock, knock. A great way to tune in with them is by calming your mind and meditating, like writing, you know, like you can actually write a question down and wait for an answer. It can be yes or no, or you can say, you know, knock, or, you know, not just a random give me a sign, but you can write it down. You can ask the question, get a piece of paper, and the answer will come, guaranteed. So back to what it's saying. A great way to tune in with them is by calming your mind and meditating. When you meditate or connect with spirit, it's important that you protect yourself physically. Just imagine yourself surrounded by a bubble of white light and ask for protection from your spirit guides and angels. You can do that, and if that's hard for you, you can also physically sit in a circle and pour salt around you. I mean, there's all kinds of things. I take 5 of anything and I put them around me in a star shape if I don't have my crystals with me. But you can take all these crystals and just, you know, make yourself a protective barrier. And then you go right in the center, you know, and you're protected. It's all intention, really. When you meditate, you also connect with your higher self, which can assist you to live with greater purpose and make progress on your spiritual journey this lifetime. When you take time to develop a more conscious relationship with your higher self, you also tap into guidance from the wisest part of your being. You don't need to just sit still to meditate. You may like to meditate by running, walking, swimming, or listening to music. The important thing is that you take time out to calm the mind and focus on the present moment. Remember also to re-energize yourself regularly with good food, exercise, and positive outlook on life. And you know, you can always just write the word love on your water bottle and put that intention in your water bottle. So our last tone card I pulled is Kyle Gray's beautiful card from his deck, which I just love it so much. And this is Lord Shiva. He's a Hindu god. He is the Divine Father, and you know, that's what that card represents when I pull decks. The top one is the crown or the sky or the father. The bottom one is, you know, the grounding root chakra, earth or mother, which is the clear quartz crystal. It's telling you to do things that are childlike and open up your root chakras. And then Lord Shiva is here as the Divine Father. Thank you for co-creating my world with me. Yeah, I mean, that is just beautiful. Let me read a little bit about what Kyle says about Lord Shiva. His extended interpretation: you are being encouraged by God and his angels to be a powerful leader of love. There are 2 ways of accepting power. You can use it to instill fear and overpower others, or you can use it to guide and empower yourself and others. Lead by example and be the powerful, loving leader you desire to be in the world. You are powerful and filled with love. You're blessed to receive the support of the Universal Father today. You have the power within you to create your world, and you're being encouraged to see that this power is only in place when you're coming from a space of pure love. Just like the tree. Release any toxic feelings and feel blessed, knowing God is with you today. You're so powerful when you share your love with the world. Yeah, that's a beautiful reading. There's one more thing I did is I pulled a rune from the Viking divination and blessings as well. Manaz, it's called Manaz, and I thought it looked cool because it does look like that mirror reflection, like this card, you know, or a feather, how it does that. I just thought that was a very cool thing. Let's see, I think I have a meaning for that I pulled up for you as well. It means culture, humanity, and the self, and it's exactly what we're talking about here. So ground yourself in your root chakra by singing, writing, meditating, walking in the river, doing some things fun right now that you're in this lull time. You know, you've already put all your energy in and you've had abundance. Now it's a lull. So you do things that are fun because you've already rooted yourself within there and you've sprouted up and shined like this leaf here, and you still have your heart in it, and you're a reflection of everybody there, but everybody has a little something different to get things going. And you can also remember that you have your crow, your messengers, your tools. Every season you have these things to tap into so that you can become that person that's going to achieve everything with total fulfillment, with everything, so much so that you have control and power over all of your seasons in the cycle of life. And you understand that when the buffalo comes in and lays down without being threatened or anything, that is what is meant to be. So just enjoy. That was so beautiful. I love you.